What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This one is kind of unexpected. I got an unexpected day off. So the last video you saw, I just went and got the ankle kit installed, and that was on Saturday. And Sunday it actually snowed here in Georgia, which is very rare. And as you can see, there's still snow. It's not a lot because it doesn't snow a lot, but the little bit of snow we do get, we're not used to snow, so we shut everything down. I was actually supposed to go to work today, but because of the snow and then we had heavy winds after, our power went out in the house, and it was out since last night. It's back now, but it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It came back a few hours ago, so last night was super cold and dark, and I couldn't go to work and leave my kids at home, so that wasn't gonna work. So we stuck it out and power came back on. So now that I'm home, I got some more things to do to this car. So I have seat brackets. I had seats. You probably noticed the seats like in the background of the garage forever. I've had these seats since last Christmas. I've actually had these seats over a year. My mom got me these seats for Christmas, but I never had the seat brackets, and I just never got around to doing it. So I have seat brackets now, especially because the last event, I gave my friends some ride-alongs when I bumped up to D3, and they were flying all over the place. So I'm like, I got to put some seats in there if I do ride-alongs. I definitely need to put my seats in.
Yeah, you do.
So and it'll help me too, so I can focus more on driving. So there's one seat up there. The other seat was actually on my driving sim. I have a seat bracket I made for Xbox, but I try to play Forza and drift on that, but it really doesn't work well. I know I need a Seto Corsa and all that stuff, but I need another gaming PC for that. Don't want to use my editing one. Don't want to overload it. And but eventually we'll do that. Now I need another seat for that. So I'm gonna take that seat. We're putting both seats in. I got 2 brackets, and let's get to it. Ooh, it's cold out there, and it's windy. It's still windy, so I'm gonna talk in here so that way you don't get any wind noise, but I had to put some gloves on. So anyways, the seats are out. I cleaned as best as I could with this vacuum I got this from Christmas. It's a rigid, and it comes with like little attachments and stuff, and I liked it as rigid because all my other tools are rigid, so I can still use the same batteries and just swap them out. So that's cool, but it's time to put the brackets in there. The brackets I got are from Planted. They work with NRG seats, which are the seats I have. And like they come in both sides, right side, left side, passenger, driver, whatever you want to call it. And there are differences between coupe and sedan. I don't know what they are, but on the name it does say sedan. So I made sure I got sedan 1. So we're gonna throw these brackets in, then throw the seats on top. Everything should be pretty much bolt on. Might have to make some adjustments. I wanted to get sliders, but I forgot, so I don't have sliders. So I'm about to set it up one time, and it'll be one time for me. If I want to get sliders later, then I can, but usually if I get sliders for, driver's side, that's because other people drive in my car and they have to move the seat. But me, I'm not going to change in height anytime soon, I don't think. So I'll just have to set it one good time for me. Passenger, just be somewhere in the middle, and you should be good. So let's go ahead and put these brackets in and go from there. All right, let's see how it fits in here. I'm assuming it just bolts right into place. Boom, boom. Where's that? Yep, right there. Right there, perfect. Yep. Boom, 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 and boom. Let me go grab a seat, make sure the seat fits and all that stuff. Go somewhere like that. A rough estimate. They're really close to the wall over here though. That's the only problem. But those are gonna look dope in there. Oh yeah. First, before the seats, we're putting in the seat brackets. So putting the seat brackets in. I'm just gonna use all new nut and bolts, and get those in there. These are very tight, so you're gonna need a ratcheting wrench or something. There's not a lot of room under here, so definitely got the, can't even put the nut on there. Hold on. That's tough. That is tough. Yeah, so I used the ratcheting wrench to wrench it, but now that it's, you know, all the way down, there's not enough clearance to pull the ratcheting wrench out. So I gotta loosen it, which I don't know how I'm gonna do right now. I'm actually confused since it's a ratcheting wrench. I can't loosen it because it only goes one way. Okay, now I got the seat brackets all bolted up. They are nice in there and they are planted. Okay, now I need to mount these to these, and then I can mount the seats back to these. So I can do this inside, outside, whatever, I guess whatever holes match up the best. And inside, outside, not really sure. So I figured out, I've never actually installed aftermarket seats in a car before. I swapped like sport seats for Vaders in the other car, but first time actually doing aftermarket seats. So I mean, looks pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be hard to figure out. So let's loose bolt it up and then just make sure everything fits, and we'll see. Each seat, like I said, I got 2 seats. The other one's in the house still. Each seat comes with a pack of bolts taped to it, and guess we'll just yeah, I don't know. This is really gonna be uncomfortable. Probably should have put these on first. Damn it! Because I'm not gonna be able to get all the way under there. I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. We'll see. It's just that. Well, yeah, I can't get under here. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. That's all I got. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, it's not that bad. I can make it work. No, I don't. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Alright, cool. So these are, again, they're loosely held in place, but they should be something like that, and then I'll make the adjustments on how wide the seat is and then tighten it down. So I might have to use a pen or a marker to mark exactly where I need to tighten each one, but for the most part, this is what I think it's supposed to look like. Let me go get the seat, put the seat in place, see what it looks like. So the seat will fit like that, and you can match up the holes on the side of the brackets. So I guess something like that. And as far as, ooh, I don't know how to adjust how far it is. Hold on. Wait a minute now. Now I'm confused. How do I adjust how far or close the seat is? Alright, mistakes were made. This is what we learned together. I put them on these little holes right here in the back. But if I do that, I gotta use that hole and that hole. There's no way to adjust the seat forward or backwards. I mean, I know it didn't have sliders, but to mount it, this is where it's gonna be. So I think I need to use these holes. That way, if I want to move it backwards, because I just kind of put it in place, it is kind of close. Like, I fit, but anybody taller than me, which ain't a lot of people, I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm above average, but for the most part, anybody taller, they would have to move the seat backwards, and they can't. So I'd rather give a little bit of extra room to somebody. So I think I'm going to mount these bolts to here, but further, but well, I can't do that because it goes there. What? I'm so lost right now. Okay, give me a minute. I'll be back. Okay, I took the bolts off. These holes don't even match up with the rest of the line. So the lines, the ones I had in were these, boom and boom,
And then even if I try to use these, it can match up on that side, but it won't match up on that side. So I can't even use these outside holes. I mean, they're not for this bracket, at least. These are kind of like universal brackets. They work on other brackets too. So, but I think for NRG, I think the only thing it works for are these. So I have no choice but to use these. And I guess that's where the sliders will come into place. So these are going to be non-adjustable seats. Hopefully I'm gonna put one on the driver's side too, and hopefully it's, you know, not too close to the clutch. Well, I guess we'll see, but I'm gonna throw them in here for now, and then I'll take them back out and put sliders on it when I order sliders. They're like another like 40-60 bucks a piece, I think. But damn, that sucks. Damn it. All right, brackets are back in place, but not too tight, so you can still move them. And I'll mark them with this pen. Well, I got a Milwaukee construction pen, boy. You ain't got that, boy. Exclusive, boy. Found it at Advance Auto. It's like right by the counter. Thought it was cool. Anyways, put this in here. So it will go in these holes lined up. It'll be something like that. Now I can do height, you know, depending on what hole I use. If I want it to lean that way, or whatever, or just higher, just use higher holes. I'm trying to remember which ones were in their factory. I don't remember. How the hell am I gonna get to the holes over here? God, yo. All right, so shit. I was thinking throwing seats in would be like super easy, just, you know, just basic nuts and bolts. This is kind of annoying. Like, this is way more annoying than I would imagine. There's no room. And I still got to put the seat belts on here. Jesus Christ. What the hell? I think the only way to do this is I got to take the seat side brackets back off the bracket, put them back on the seat, then put the seat in place, and then somehow get under the seat and tighten all that down, which that's not going to work either. They're Allens, so I mean, I'm going to use my own bolts, because an Allen, you have to go from the top. You know, if it was a wrench, you know, regular socket or something, I can use a wrench, it'd be different, but an Allen, I ain't got room for no Allens under there. So let me let me show you what I'm talking about. So imagine the seat brackets are already on the seat, right? These little things right here. They're mounted to the seat, then I try to put the seat down on the bracket. But how would I put an Allen in there and do that bolt? There's no way I can touch that bolt. And the one in the front is even further in there. And yeah, there's no way. Okay, I'm gonna need another minute. I feel like the biggest idiot right now trying to figure this thing out. This is like, it's easier to install a turbo kit. Like, Jesus, this is not going as expected. So I could have just figured it out off camera and then just showed you exactly how to do it, like I knew what I was doing the whole time. But this is my first time, and in case you want to try it, I'm trying to show you what not to do. So I'm gonna figure out the right pattern, and then we'll figure out the right pattern on this one, and then when we do this side, it'll be super easy, right? So hopefully we'll figure it out. Actually, I just thought about it. Put the seats and the side brackets, the bottom brackets all together first, and then put the whole thing down into the car just like it was a regular seat. Because I'm looking at it now, I didn't realize I had so much room. So imagine, still got the plastic on it. So imagine the whole seat is done, right? I still got room to touch all these bolts. The one in that front is a little bit tight, but it's no tighter than it already was anyway. It's just gonna be darker because there's gonna be a seat over it. But I can still hit all of these bolts. Boom, there's a third bolt and the fourth bolt. Like I said, it's a little, I can get in there though. I can touch it. I have my hand on it right now. So just take it out. Damn, I gotta take it all out. I gotta start all over.
I took a nice little inside break, warm up a little bit. So now I have the seat completely attached to the bracket. Now just put the bracket into the car and I should be good. All right, that's what I'm thinking. Line up all the holes. And all the holes still match up. And there. And then once we put the bolts in there, the seat will be installed. We stick with these seat belts, but they do have these little brackets right here. Now, this is like made for like 4-point harness, 6-point harness, whatever. And they, you know, they have that little clip where they clip the harness in and it goes through there. I don't have a harness, so I got this today. E36 sedan seat belts are weird. I didn't know it was like this. Coupe is different. Coupe, they have a rail right here, and this is actually attached to the rail. But I'm gonna use this and basically mount it to that, right? And then the seatbelt thing, I have to take this off, and it should be like one bolt, I think. Yeah, it's just basically just one bolt, and take that off, or 2 bolts. Take that off and put, I should be able to mount that to the other one that's over there. It's kind of, I should probably do that first because I don't have a lot of room. So let me do that first. Take that, and then I will just have a regular seat belt until I get a harness. So it's just one bolt for that, but they have these connectors on there. I think I'm gonna cut them because they don't do anything anyways. I mean, I don't want to say they don't do anything, it's not the right words, but I think one is probably for the sensor to make sure you have the seatbelt sensor in. But these are manual seats. Nothing was even plugged up to these seats. So I don't even know where they get their plug source from to even tell the car the seats are even plugged in. So I feel like I'm just gonna cut them because I'm gonna get harness soon anyway, so temporarily I'm just gonna be using these, so I'm cutting them. Whew, it's getting dark and it's getting windy. It's getting even colder. I just want to say, to be honest with you guys, I don't know if that's 100% how you're supposed to do that. I'm just going off based off the other seat. The stock seat has the seat belt mounted to the seat, and the other side of the seat belt is mounted to the seat. So why not mount both sides to the new seat? I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Not no safety race car tech inspector or anything like that. But today, that's what we're doing. And then, like I said, once we get a harness, then I'll be able to use the harness. So, but I need a minute. It's so cold out there. I'm freezing my ass off. Like it's, like I said, it snowed. Didn't snow like crazy, but now that like everything else is still icy, and you got the wind, like it's wind blowing off that ice into me, and I'm freezing. Like I've been cold before, but it is different. All right, it was way too cold outside, so I came in here, turned the space heater on, moved the cars outside. So I'm actually in here now. Still kind of cold in here, but nowhere near as cold as it was outside. And there's no wind, so I should be good. But ran into another problem. So I tried to put the seat in there. I tried to turn the screws, and let me show you what I'm doing now. So like I said, seat is now mounted completely to the bracket, and then you put the bracket down and mount it to the car. With this one, since the one in the front is a stud, let me bring my light closer. The one in the front right here is a stud, and it goes right up here. Because it goes right up here, the stud sticks through here, and it hits
Well, the stud doesn't hit that, but the nut, where's the nut? Where's the nut? The nut is too big and it won't twist because this one's in the way. So I have to move this bolt and find another hole, which I think is, I don't even know where another hole is. Oh my God, this is the stupidest shit in the world. So I don't know. I gotta figure something out. I was gonna try to flip it upside down because it'd be shorter on top and maybe give me a little bit more room. But since it's an Allen, I can't fit an Allen key between here and there. So I mean, it's not a lot of room there. So that's not gonna work either. All right, so I took it out of that hole and put it in this hole. So that hole was, the bolt was skinny enough to go through it, and I just put it upside down. It was easier than putting a 13 down here in that corner. And so now the stud can actually fit through here, and we should be good now. I should not take a seat out anymore. This is attached. I even attached this side already. Just use the same bolt I used that was already on the seat. And yeah, so now just put this back in place, bolt it back up, and this side should be done. All right, seat is officially installed. All the bolts are tight. Seat belts are on. We are good to go. Where's the little pads over here? And I'm gonna sit in it and show you guys where we're at. So, like I said, it's a little closer than I want, but it might not be that bad. So, I can fit. Again, I'm 6 feet tall, so my knees, where's the light so you guys can see? It is dark in here. My knees aren't hitting the dash, so I mean I'm close, but I wonder how it's gonna feel on that side. I'm probably gonna be closer than I want, or closer than I was. It might not be too close, but this is what we gotta deal with. The seat feels good. So I am buckled in like a regular seat belt, and I'm in a seat. I'm in a racing seat. And cool. I can close my door, right? I never checked. Yes, nowhere near it. I put it more closer to the inside. That's what somebody else told me. Put it closer to the inside. That way it's more centered. So I had to do that on the driver's side too, closer to the inside so it's more centered. And yeah. So now that I know what I'm doing, putting the other one in won't be that hard. So I should be able to knock that out in about 20 minutes. Maybe a little longer, but for the most part, it won't be a bunch of trial and error and figuring shit out. So I know what I'm doing now. So let me throw that in real quick, and then we can show you the finished product. Alright, we are done. We are finally done. This side was definitely easier since I kind of knew what I was doing, but it still took me a little bit longer than expected. Looking at the two seats, I did lean this one. I mounted the bottoms of this a little bit different so it leans a little bit more, because I like to lean up and actually like to see my hood when I'm driving, so I feel comfortable. But as far as distance, it is a little too close, but I'm gonna have to deal with it until I get some sliders. But it's drivable, but honestly, I don't know if it's the brackets or whatever, but when I sit in the middle,
It is a little off center, and I did move it as far over as I could. As you can see, I can't even really put my finger down there. Like, this is literally touching the insides. It's even closer on that side. But as far as centering, the center of my chest is about right here. So it's slightly off center. Not terrible, but I mean, I'd like to be, over here, obviously. But yeah, the center of my chest, I'm holding this thing right at my nose right now. It's like right here. So that's a little awkward. I guess I can get used to it, but I have enough room for clutch and brake and gas, but it's definitely a little bit close for me. If I was like 5'10" or so, this would be perfect, but I'm 6 feet and this is what I gotta deal with. So, but as far as the seats being in, I'm gonna leave them in. I'm gonna drive with the seats. They look cool. They look really cool. Like, I like the red. Like, I wanted the red. I know everybody goes like black seats. I wanted red. I wanted something like an accent color. I think the outside of the car eventually will be red, and I think everything inside will be black with red accents, like seats. So this is a good start. So I think it looks cool. This is job complete. So this was definitely, again, harder than I thought it would be. But whatever, it's done now. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you learned what not to do. If you can, probably either get another set of brackets or something. Maybe it's the brackets, maybe it's the way E36s are set up. I haven't really sat in a bunch of aftermarket seat E36s, so I can't confirm that it's everybody, but mine is definitely a little off center. And people told me, make sure you push it as far to the right as you can, so it's closer to the center. So this probably is closer to the center of where I would have had it if I just put it in the middle of the bracket. So this is the best it's gonna get for this, and yeah, that's all I got. So next video, I will be getting an alignment, since I did install the angle kit, and I didn't really get it aligned. We got it like tape measure alignment, just to, so it's like good enough to make it home, so I'm not wearing out my tires super fast. But when I get to the shop, Simon, he'll go through the alignment and set it up perfectly for me. He's like a genius with that stuff, and so he'll probably say a bunch of stuff that goes over my head, but we'll film it so maybe you guys can understand it better, or maybe I'll have him explain stuff better, but he'll definitely know what to do. But next video is alignment, which is next Saturday, and then the Sunday right after that, the drift event. So my first drift event with seats and an angle kit. So I'm super excited for that event. So if y'all want to come out, if you're local, a Lanier Raceplex on the 23rd. It's right across the street from Road Atlanta. I think spectator tickets are only like $10. So it's from 12 to 7. I will be in the D3 class, so I'll have like maybe 6 sessions, I think, throughout the day. And but yeah, should be a lot of fun. So that's all I got. So thanks for watching. Deuces. See you in the next one.